everyone, welcome to AggieNOW's Election Special 2016. Tanya, who are we with today?
We have our Senator Miguel Guerrero here today.
Hi everyone, I'm Miguel, and we're going to be discussing the summit slate today.
The summit slate has a lot of good platforms, specifically Christy Chan. She wants to establish a business major at UCD. That caught my eye because actually coming into UC Davis, I wanted to minor in business management or something similar to that.
When I saw that, I was actually really interested in it as well, but is it a little ambitious or not? Because I remember from the previous elections, a lot of people have like adding microwaves, adding, you know, things that appear a lot simpler, but we haven't really seen it yet. So is this something that is reachable in the short term that she has? And I also know that one of Summit's big cap platform was to emphasize continuity in terms of what's going to happen from the people now, people before, people later. How is that achievable?
Okay, well, I can address both questions. So first and foremost, with respect to a business major, of course, this isn't something that can be achieved in the short term. It's definitely going to be a long-term type of project. It's going to be something that you have to take up with different academic departments, and there's a long process. And one of the benefits of really being a part of ASUCD is that it gives you those channels and spaces. As a senator or in a position, in an elected official position, you have this access to channels to be able to make this happen. It's definitely not going to be something reachable in the short term, but it's definitely something that we can start, and I can attest to a lot of students' desires to study business here. I work here in undergraduate admissions as well as a tour guide, and that's something that we hear all the time. You know, majors like business, that's something that a lot of applicants are really interested in. With respect to continuity, that's just an overarching theme in general with leadership in any organization, and especially in one like ASUCD, it's very important that continuity happens, and that just occurs through, and it's actually one of the summit's main points is you know, mentorship and teaching the next generation of student leaders.
I feel like a lot of their platforms are very overlapping, and they're really, really great platforms. We want that, but is it going to happen with more senates in, or is it just taking time? Do we need to elect more people rooting for the same things, or is it just, like, do we just wait it out?
I think that it has to be, honestly, just, well, I mean, obviously collaboration is a great factor in making these things kind of happen more. I think it's just a matter of these senators that are already working on these platforms that that they're the ones that go on to it. I mean, those respect to those that want to continue this cause, but it's something that I think that they should you know, offer their services to help collaborate in. It's not necessarily like more people on the team to make it happen. You can have a bunch of people that are specialized in one thing, but it's better to not have too many chefs in the kitchen, you know what I mean?
I'm also quite interested with Irvine. His platform is a lot about safety and sexual awareness, and I know that really relates to Georgia Savage. She's trying to get that sexual awareness month in April, I believe. So, do you think that'll be a good match, or how?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good match. I think it's important. Topics such as you know, safety on campus, sexual assault, violence on campus. I think that it's important that in cases like this, where we need to bring university attention to larger issues like this, that we need to get as many people as possible behind it. With issues like this, the more people we can get behind, the more attention comes to it. And I think that's it. In cases like this, it's very important that we have multiple student leaders get behind causes like this to collaborate together, utilize their different resources, their different networks, and really working together from there.
Sam Park, I think it was really interesting because he's one of these people who are more focused about transition. He wants easy transition for people into UC Davis, and then he also wants to do things about transitioning into the workforce.
And I think it's very significant for him because written here, he is a fourth year, so he will be graduating soon. So I can see why his platforms have to do with the transition, like leaving college, graduating college, and I believe he was a transfer student. So he's definitely the voice for those students.
Yeah, and with Ryan Downer, he said he wants every Aggie to have enough basic resources. Are Aggies not having all these basic resources like food, shelter, and clean clothes?
Well, I'd like to bring attention. I mean, for it to have been a platform, there definitely is a need. There is a problem. I mean, we do have services like the pantry. We also have services available for students, such as you're eligible for food stamps, for example, through CalFresh. So these services are available for students, and I think the intent behind that is making it known, because there are students that have these stories that might, don't want to come forward and admit it's hard for them to get food or access to shelter. And with regards to shelter, it is actually also getting very difficult to get housing with the it's actually happening that there will be more students coming through the university as an initiative of the University of California, as well as here at Davis. So here in Davis, we actually have a 0.3% vacancy rate. So that means that there's not a lot of space.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of initiatives to provide more housing on the university campus, as well as within the city of Davis. There's a long-range development plan going on for the university all the way towards the end of the decade, where we're seeing proposals for more housing for transfer students, for more students with families, all around campus and all around the city of Davis, because we actually do have some property owned by the university that's been untapped. So this could be for housing for students. So it's not necessarily that it's not as prominent of an issue. The issue is there, and then it's also within the coming years that it'll be an issue. So it's better to prepare and prepare our next generation of Aggies. So it's good that it's being brought to the attention of the students.
And back to elections, just as and as a general subject, only 9% of Aggies have been voting, and that is a really, really low percentage, people.
That's why we're doing this election special, to bring awareness to the students. Who are your candidates? Who are running?
Yeah, and something I'd like to stress, and I'm pretty sure there are a lot of students out there that are unsure, that feel like they're not aware of the issues that are going on in campus. But I encourage you, I challenge you to go forward and educate yourself on these issues, get to know these candidates, find the issues that are pertinent to you, things that you care about, and try to find those voices that you feel will represent you in your best interest. And 9% really should not represent the student body, undergraduate student body population. It's not just candidates that are going forward, but we're also having a couple of initiatives that are going forward that involve your student fees and your money, and going towards funding for the California Aggie, for example, and then the TGIF fund, the Green Initiative Fund. So it's really important that students are proactive in where their student fees are going, because we don't want to just be throwing our dollars anywhere. With respect to these fee initiatives, we actually need a 20% voter turnout for these fee initiatives to even be considered.
Okay, well, I think that's all we have.
Yes. Thank you so much, Miguel, for coming to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
Hi everyone, we're the directors of AggieNOW.
And if you like this video, like and subscribe.
Remember to follow us on all our social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat.
Thanks for watching.